Good to go whenever.
All right. The song's called The Road. Road is long and out of touch. Never minded all that much.
I've often thought the local Lexington music scene is like a game of 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Everyone knows each other and is connected to each other. For me, the Kevin Bacon in this game is Robbie Cosenza. It is through Robbie Cosenza that I have met nearly everyone I know in the Lexington music scene, including Eric Bolander.
I met Eric, presumably on his home turf, Chase Tap Room and Brewing. Out of all of Lexington's many breweries, Chase Tap Room is one of my favorites, because in addition to their fine handmade beers, they also serve cheap, canned Mexican beer. My favorite.
So we are at Chase Brewing with Eric Bolander, and this is actually our second time trying to do this. The first time we shot it, I'd been at Chevy Chase Inn all day, had a couple of beers, doing some filming, came here, waited for Eric, did a couple more beers, and the footage looked like I had several beers that day. So I appreciate your patience with me.
No problem, thank you.
It's good though because I've got to spend some time since then with your music, and I got to talk to you before, so I'm going into this feeling like I know you a little better.
Cool.
But for those who don't, give us the top of the Wikipedia page, the little short blurb. Who is Eric Bolander?
Page.
Yes, who is Eric Bolander?
I'm from Eastern Kentucky originally. I've lived in Lexington for a while and most of my adult life, and I grew up listening to bluegrass music and older country, and then as a teenager got into the grunge scene and metal, and so a mixture of a little bit of everything really.
You told me in our first interview you're an art teacher in addition to being a musician.
Yeah, high school art teacher.
And before all of that, you were in the military.
I was in the National Guard, yeah.
And so one of the things that I kind of took away from that is the military, the National Guard, doesn't necessarily seem like the kind of place that culture or that fosters artistry, that really encourages that. Would you agree with that? Am
I would disagree.
Am I approaching a stereotype? Okay, good. Set me straight.
I disagree a little. I mean, just to the point that we were combat engineer unit, but we also did construction and things like that. So I mean, that's very, that's a creative mindset to a degree, and there's art, different types of artists in the Army, actually.
Right, okay.
There's graphic artists and different types of, not advertising, so to speak, but there are
people
different
who are designing stuff,
positions for artists. And of course, there's the Army band. I mean, there's musicians.
This is awesome. See, I came in with a stereotype in mind, and I have been set straight.
I actually just played a show in Huntsville, Alabama last week with a guy that was a guitar player in a band through the Army.
Okay, so the National Guard did kind of foster your creativity.
Well, to a point, yeah.
Don't go too far with it.
I wouldn't say that necessarily fostered it, but influenced it, for sure.
It didn't hinder it.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, good. I'm glad to have been set straight. So so you teach art now to high school kids. What kind of art? What does that mean?
I do a mixture. There's several art teachers there, and we all have kind of our expertise. And I do a drawing class, computer art, which is kind of like graphic design. We focus mostly on Photoshop, little touches in Illustrator, and then we do digital photography.
So visual arts versus your musical stuff. Mm-hmm. Are those different parts of your brain? How does that work?
Kind of. I mean, I'd say yes and no.
Do you learn lessons from one that you apply to the other?
Yes, that's what I was kind of getting ready to get to, is that, doing some of the graphic stuff, because I do all the artwork for me and my band. I'm also in Alcatraz Shakedown, which we've talked about before, but so I do the designs work for that. Sometimes one thing influences the other, so maybe some of my lyrics or music will influence, my artwork for the musician part of it, or vice versa.
This song's on my new album, Postcards to Myself. It's called Get Carried Away.
Anybody who knows you knows cuddly, nice guy.
Right, fair enough.
But just
from afar, maybe.
Right. If you came up to the bar and were like, let's fight, I'm out. No, ma'am, we don't.
No, ma'am, sorry.
Is there any way, I'm sorry to bother y'all, I'm here, but just one second. My face is bad.
No.
No.
Really blue.
Oh.
Can't tell I got black eyes.
I can't tell.
Got 2 black eyes.
Dang. A lot of makeup
Can't
on.
tell. Yeah, like you got that right. Burning up.
You're good to go.
That's it.
A little dark, yeah.
Just a little. It's fine.
Can I call my sister to come get me, please? I finally swear good. I got changed. I'm trying to get a soda.
Are they open across the? They're not open. Yeah, they're not open here.
They give you the number and I'll dial it.
Yeah, it's 618.
But I was just saying that there's, with a lot of country music, and I think with your country music, there's a slight sense of menace, or not darkness in an evil way, but a little bit of misery that comes through, a little loneliness. Would you say you go for that in your music?
You know, but mostly, yeah. I mean, mostly I would say that, it's funny as my wife makes fun of me, he's always making sad music.
Are you a sad guy?
I'm not a sad person.
You don't seem sad.
But I think the point behind it is just a genuine emotional response, and we typically respond to a sad song.
Yeah, you want people to kind of relate to you. You want to kind of meet them where they're at.
Yeah, I read an article. It was pretty interesting. I can't remember the reference, but anyway, it was the gist of it was that we sort of gravitate to sad songs not because we're depressed at the moment necessarily, but for a sense of nostalgia.
Okay.
I thought that was an interesting take on it. I can kind of see that point, that maybe it's more nostalgic about the past time in your life. Maybe it is a sad moment for you, but
yeah.
I don't know. I like it to be some kind of emotional. I like for people to have some form of emotional connection to the song.
High school teacher, so just predict one of your high school students comes upon this video. Are they like, oh, Mr. Bolander is cool, he kicks ass, or are they like, oh, that's
both at the same time?
Depends on the kid.
Yeah, right. They're teenagers are so unimpressed. We were unimpressed when we were teenagers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm trying to. This is all about me exercising that part of myself.
I could be on the cover of the Rolling Stone magazine and we go, oh, that's cool, man.
Yeah, I guess. But
hey, can I go to the bathroom?
Yeah. That's the beauty of getting older, is that hopefully you regain your ability to be impressed by stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So. But it's cool. It's great, and a lot of them do connect with me through the music.
Good.
It's really cool.
All right, is there hope for America's youth?
Absolutely.
All right, good. That's all I need to know. I should have started and ended with that question.
There's some amazing young men and women that go through that building that I work in.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Well, man, thank you so much for meeting with me twice.
Thanks
I feel like I know you twice as well as I did. So.
Hey, it was a rehearsal. Now
exactly right. I think we nailed it this time.
Good deal. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, man.
for having me.
You'll see when you get there.